What's up, y'all? We are back with another 30-minute full body workout. You're gonna need some heavy dumbbells for the warm up. If you don't have them, you don't need them. After the warm up, we won't use them at all. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with the bridge series. Grab your dumbbells and come laying down on your back. Feet go flat onto the mat. Your arms are coming up to goal post position, two 90-degree angles. I want your glutes tucked, pelvis slightly tilted forward, belly button drawn down into the spine. On your exhale, we lift the hips up for 3. Big squeeze on the glutes for 2. You're at the top on 1. So as we lift our hips, we're gonna press our arms long up to the ceiling. Then as you roll down, elbows drop out wide for 3. Nice and slow, tapping the mat in 2. All the way down on 1. So instead of just lifting your hips up, I really want you to think about healing your spine off of the ground, 1 vertebra at a time, and then placing your spine back down just as slow. All about time under tension here, not necessarily the reps that we're doing or the weights that we've got. Again, you can do this without weights, with lighter weights, whatever you need. Just warm the back sides of the legs. We got lots of glutes and hamstrings today, as well as lots of core. So, get excited for it, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I hope we're having a good week so far. All right, you're gonna meet me at the top of your bridge here in 5. Hips stay high, arms stay long in 3, 2, and 1. Hips stay high, arms stay long. We're gonna alternate the arms. So you drop one arm outside and press all the way back up. Again, taking your time here, not about reps, but about time under tension. We're keeping the glutes nice and tight, keeping the hamstrings engaged. You're actively feeling the pull from your heels all the way to your glutes. All right, we're gonna hold both arms long in 5, both arms long in 3, 2, and 1. From here we got marches. You're gonna lift your right leg or left leg up to tabletop, find a pause, and place your foot back down on the mat. Just alternating here. You're trying to keep your hips level in line with one another. As you slowly shift your weight to your other leg, feeling that glute hamstring engage a lot more. Spice is happening. All right, we're gonna put all these moves together in 10. Feet go flat on your mat in 5. Feet flat in 3. Hips high 2. And 1. Hips lift 1 inch higher. We roll down for 4. Elbows drop wide 3. Booty taps the mat 2. Elbows wide 1. We press right back up for 3. Big squeeze at the top 2. And 1. You got 1 alternating press on each side. And after you finish that second press, we'll go into the march. 1 leg tabletop, the other leg tabletop. Both feet go flat. We squeeze the glutes, lift them 1 more inch, and then roll all the way back down. Working through this combo here. If you want, you can combo out the marches with the single arm press. A little bit challenging, kind of fun. Feeling the instability, feeling your obliques engage. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. It's your class, okay? All right, y'all. When I count you down, we'll hold the top of our bridge. Hips high, arms long. In 3, 2, and 1. All we're gonna do is drop the hips down an inch and up an inch. Squeeze. Down an inch and up an inch. Micro movements here. More you feel it than you can see it, right? You've got 10. We've got some Pilates roll-ups in 5. We'll roll this down in 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. Quick recovery. Hug your knees into your chest. Release the hammies, whatever you need to do. Once again, we're going to bring our feet flat on our mat. Dumbbells in our hands. If you need one less, you can flip it, turn it horizontally. And if you need totally less, arms can just go long up to the ceiling. Once we're there, we slowly exhale, roll all the way up for 4, taking your time, 3, peeling your spine off the mat, 2, sitting tall on 1. At the top here, we're gonna add a press, dropping the dumbbells down to our shoulders, exhaling, pressing up, and then rolling back down for 4. Nice and slow, 3, all the way down, 2, and 1. Exhale, right back up, just as slow, rolling up and down. 1, overhead press at the top. Getting a lot of our arm work in here in our warm-up, so that we can focus on the glutes and the core in a little bit. All right, y'all. Now, if you want a little bit more of a challenge here, as you roll up, you can find an alternating teaser, floating one leg in tabletop, making your core work a little bit harder, and then switching at the bottom. If you want that challenge, we're always down for a little bit of a challenge, right? And then if you still want more, you can float both legs to tabletop. We're keeping this slow, peeling your spine off the mat, keeping your shoulders out of the ears, and then rolling all the way back down. Really, whatever challenge works for you, whatever you need today. Dumbbells, feel free to drop them at any point, whatever you need here. All right, really taking your time. Again, we're peeling the spine up and down the mat, just like we did in our bridges. All right, we're just gonna stay here with the press for a little bit. Up and down, keeping the core engaged, keeping a C curve in the spine. Option to float one leg, float both legs, find full teaser, legs long, whatever challenges you. We're gonna move into some obliques in 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna put one dumbbell down, I have 1 for this, but you can definitely use both if you like. Dumbbells come to your chest. We twist over to one side, really try to reach your elbows down and back, and then come back through center, switch sides. Working through these oblique twists. Again, try and keep your shoulders out of your ears. All right, y'all. When I count you down, we're gonna pick this up for speed to burn it out. That's in 5. Pick it up in 3, 2, and 1. Right to left. This is where we're gonna finish this. Option to float the legs, whatever you need. Here for 10. We've got a Pilates burpee to finish out our warm-up in 5. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Coming standing up on our mat. We're gonna start with our burpee, and of course that means we're starting with squats. So take your feet out about hip-width distance apart. Chest is open, spine is long, core warm. We send our hips back and down for 3. Nice and slow, 2, and 1. Driving through your heels, your toes, you rise right back up. Just working through a squat here. Forgot to mention, but we're gonna grab our dumbbells in just a second. Fun little burpee series coming up. You'll meet me low in 3, 2, and 1. Sink it low, challenge arms overhead. You rise up an inch and down an inch, little press. We'll stay low in 5. We walk it out to a high plank in 3, 2, and 1. Stay low, grab one of your dumbbells, just plop it in the middle of your mat. Walk yourself out into your high plank and hold. Shoulders stacked over the wrist, heels are lifted high, glutes are tucked, belly is in. We're gonna grab the dumbbell with one hand, roll the elbow up, place the dumbbell down, switch sides. Just working through these alternating rows. If you need to modify, you come down to the knees. Same exact thing. Keeping the hips as stable as possible. We're gonna put this together in 5. Both hands back down on your mat in 3, 2, 1. You bend your knees, you walk your hands all the way back in, rock back onto your heels, and rise back up. From here, we've got 3 squats, down and up. On the third one, we'll stay low. We'll walk our hands out into our plank, working through our rows. However many you want to add on here. Bending the knees, walking it all the way back in, and standing back up. Finishing out our warm-up. I don't know about y'all, I'm sweating now. I hope you are too. We'll hold low in 3, 2, and 1. Adding on here, after you finish your rows, we're gonna add on 2 shoulder taps. Tapping the opposite shoulder, walking your hands all the way back in, and standing back up. So, 3 squats, 2 rows, 2 shoulder taps. Feel free to layer on more shoulder taps, more rows, whatever you like. We'll isolate the rows and shoulder taps in 10. In 5, just the rows and shoulder taps in 3, 2, 1. Just working through these upper body moves. Remember, you can take it to your knees if you need to modify. Whatever you need to do here. All right, y'all, we got a static plank hold to finish. In 5. Static plank hold in 3, 2, 1. Best plank you've got. Belly button to spine, chin off chest. You're here for 10. We've got our first leg series in 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Roll your wrists out, whatever you need to do. All right, now, today, we're gonna work through a curtsy lunge series. So I'm actually gonna face you. We're gonna start focusing on the left glute and the right oblique. So I'm gonna start with my right toes out to the side, slowly crossing my right foot behind me, bending into my left leg, rising back up, tapping my right toes out. Again, crossing it behind, like I'm doing a curtsy, tapping my toes out. Just working through this curtsy lunge from the side. I'm stacking my knee over my ankle. I got a hinge forward in my hips, and my right knee is directly under my right hip. I rise back up. Just working through this curtsy lunge. Moving slow here. Never shifting weight over into my right leg, keeping it light, even when I cross my leg behind. All right, we're gonna hold low here in 10. Hold low in 5, proud chest. In 3, 2, and 1. Sink low, hold, little press. Up 1 inch, down 1 inch. Up 1 inch, down 1 inch. You should start to feel the left glute, the left quad kick on. We're gonna add on to this in 5, adding in our right oblique in 3, 2, and 1. Now, as you rise up, hands are gonna come behind the head. You're gonna slowly drive your right knee up. Try to tap your right knee to your right elbow, and then slowly step your right foot back, finding your curtsy lunge. If you need to modify, you can tap your toes out, then take the oblique crunch, and then step it back. The challenge is to keep all of your weight on your left leg, driving the right knee up, pinching that right oblique, and then stepping back. These get real spicy real quick. All right, y'all. Stay with it, taking your time. Again, not about reps, and not necessarily about getting your knee to your elbow, but really feeling that crunch through your right oblique. You can always go back to tapping your toes out if you need. Remember, we always layer so that you have options to go back to. I never want you to feel like you don't have something that I give you that's doable for you. That's why it's all levels class. All right. We're gonna hold low in the curtsy in 3, 2, and 1. Challenge arms along overhead. You're up an inch and down an inch. We're here for 10. We got some single leg hamstring work in 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. All right, we got a single leg RDL, Romanian deadlift. So I'm gonna keep my left foot forward. Take my right toes just slightly behind me. Now, this is a hip hinge, not a knee hinge. So I don't want you to think squat. I want you to think booty back, chest forward. All right, like you're trying to tap the wall with your booty, like you're gonna fall backward, okay? So staying heavy in my left leg. I hinge at my hips. I sink my hips really far back. I drive through the backside of my left leg to rise back up, squeezing my glute at the top. Hinging from the hips, booty sinks back, and you rise back up. Now we're really trying to stay light on these right toes. Hinging forward, driving through the heel to rise. Don't fall like me, okay? All right, y'all. Now starting to progress this, as you hinge forward, maybe you tap your toes back. You drive through your heel, you bring it back up. Just sliding the toes, hovering over the mat, and then rising back to stand. Really feeling all the way through your left side, driving through the back of your leg to rise. Final progression here if you want it. As you hinge forward, you reach your right leg long, your arms long, and then as you stand tall, we drive the right knee up. We stand tall, we squeeze the left glute. Hinging our hips back, reaching in opposition, arms and right leg, driving through your heel to rise. You can always tap the toes if the knee drive is too much. Your left glute, left hamstring should be on fire. All right. We're gonna hold the hip hinge here in 10. Y'all got it. In 5, hip hinge hold. In 3, 2, and 1. Static hold for 10. We've got the right oblique in 4, 3, 2. Shake it out. Woo, that was tough. All right, we're gonna come down to a kneeling side plank. So, wow, that was challenging. Okay, bring your right forearm down to your mat. Bring your right knee down to your mat and stack your left hip on top of your right hip. Making sure your elbow and your knee are right in line. We're just gonna start with a nice and simple thread the needle. If you like to extend your top leg, that's cool with me too. We'll reach under for 3, reaching to the back wall, 2, and 1, unwinding 3, maybe looking up to the ceiling, 2, and 1. Really reaching, trying to square your shoulders down to the ground before you inhale, unwinding back up. Taking your time here, threading the needle, opening back up. Now if you want, you're absolutely more than welcome to pop up onto your feet, finding your full range side plank. Whatever option challenges you, like I always say, that's the best option, right? It's not the hardest one. You'll see me take it down levels. You have no idea what I've already done today. I'm just kidding. But listen to your body. Give yourself a challenge, whatever you need. All right? We're gonna hold the left arm long to the sky in 5, Left arm long in 3, 2, 1. Challenge you float the left leg. We lift the hips up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. We're gonna finish off this right oblique with some single-sided V-ups in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. So, we're going to lay down on our mat. Now we're gonna come onto our left hip. This one's a little funky, so bear with me, okay? Laying down your left hip. Hands can come behind your head. We kind of want to stack our hips one on top of the other to start this one. Now, as you crunch, you're just gonna lift your top leg and try to touch your right toes and then bring it back down. Maybe you keep this left arm flat on the ground, whatever works best for you. Crunching, reaching for the right toes, taking it back down. Crunch and reach, right back down. Now if you want, you can bend your bottom leg, if that helps you. Finding that crunch through the right oblique that we just worked in our plank, stretching through the right oblique at the bottom. When you're ready to progress this, you cross your right leg in front of your left. As you crunch, you try to tap your toes, both legs reach. As you lower, arm reaches long, legs lower. Exhale, crunch. Try to tap the toes. Inhale, release. Woo. Y'all got it. We're not here forever. No holds. Just this. Here for 10. Right oblique doing so much work. You got 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Feel that stretch. And then come all the way up. All right, we're gonna go into some upper body work. Grab some water if you need it. Coming down onto all fours on our mat. Hands coming down underneath the shoulders. Knees walking back just slightly behind the hips. High ponytails. Sometimes they're a good choice, sometimes they're not. That's okay. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Glutes are squeezed. Belly is in. I'm gonna slowly walk my hands forward for 4, 3, 2, and 1. My core engages, belly is in. I'm gonna walk my hands back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. So about 2 steps each arm should get you into your furthest ab extension. Reaching, reaching, reaching. We never want to arch the back, drop the belly, or drop the hips and arch this way. So keeping one line from the crown of your head all the way down to your knees. We're gonna add on here in 3, hold it out, 2, and 1. From here, I'm gonna dip my elbows down, trying to tap them down to my mat, extending my arms back up. Just working through these tricep dips. Exhaling as you press. Inhaling as you bend. Strong fingertips into the mat. Core is staying tight. We're gonna put this together in 3, 2, 1. Hands walk back for 4, 3, under your shoulders, 2, and 1. If your knees are slipping like me, you got extra ground, using it right back out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. You got 2 or 3 tricep dips. Your choice, taking it slow, and then walking it all the way back in. Option here to add a slow push-up, dropping your chest all the way down to the mat, sending it right back up, and then walking yourself forward for your tricep dips. Now, if you want to level this up, you can absolutely come up to the toes. You're in for a challenging one here. Tricep dips. Walking it back. Add it in your push-up. Sending it back out. All right, y'all. We're gonna isolate the tricep dips one more time. Here in 5. Walk your hands out in 3, 2, 1. Belly in, shoulders out of ears, just the tricep dips. Elbows bend and hover, arms extend. Elbows bend and hover, arms extend. So it's not a push-up because our hands are in front of our shoulders. Isolating the back sides of our arms. Arms go long in 10. Arms will go long in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands back, static plank hold. You got 10 seconds here. We're into the right glute. Final 5. Finish strong. You got 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Whew. All right, right glute, let's do it. We're starting with that curtsy lunge, so I'm just gonna face this way. Right foot stays planted. We're gonna hinge forward at the hips just slightly, taking our left toes out to the side. And we'll cross the right foot behind us, or left foot, sorry, behind us for 3. Sinking nice and low through the right, 2, and 1, pause. Hinging at the hips, straight line from the crown of my head all the way to my tailbone. Right knee stacked on top of right ankle. I rise up for 3. Left toes tap out for 2. And 1. I sink right back down for 3. Curtsy lunge, 2. And 1. Just starting to feel that right glute fire up. Taking the time under tension and building it slowly. Remember, from the front, it's a curtsy, so we're crossing behind us. Still keeping the knee stacked over the ankle. Still trying to keep our hips squared forward. Chest is staying proud. Collarbone open. If you have a nice, fun necklace, I don't know. All right, y'all. When I count you down, go make it low in your curtsy. Coming up. Really trying not to put a ton of weight on this left leg. Keeping heavy in the right heel. I love a good curtsy lunge. I don't know about y'all. All right. We'll sink it low. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little press up an inch and down an inch. We're gonna add that left side oblique crunch. Here in 5. We'll stay low in 3, 2, 1. Hands come behind the head. Now as I rise up, I press through my right heel, drag my left knee up, try to tap my left elbow to my left knee. Squeeze that right glute to maintain balance, and then step your left foot back down. Again, if you need, you can tap the toes, then drive the knee, extend the leg, and then take it back down. Whatever works best for you, whatever you need. Definitely a balance test here. Left oblique, right glute. Y'all, the funniest thing about filming these is I have no music playing. I'm simply just hearing myself talk and taking you through the workout. So I hope that you are playing some fun music or enjoy the music I put behind the video. Because I'm here in silence. But hey, movement is medicine, right? When I count you down, we're gonna hold the low in the curtsy. One more time. In 10. Left oblique, right glute. In 5. Hold the low in your curtsy. In 3, 2, 1. Challenge arms long overhead, little press up 1 inch and down 1 inch. We got 10. Single leg RDL coming up. In 5. Finish strong. You got 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Give your glute a tap. We're gonna start with our left foot kickstand behind us. Heavy, heavy, heavy in my right heel. Remember, hip hinge, so booty to the wall. You're trying to tap it back, okay? We hinge forward for 3. Sink our hips back for 2. and 1. You want to make sure you're keeping the right knee on top of the right ankle and your belly is pulled up and into your spine. Driving through the back side of my right leg. I push my hips forward to rise back up, squeezing my glute at the top. Hinging, 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 hinging. Booty goes back. Drive through your heel to rise. Squeeze at the top. Again, you're trying to stay light on those left toes. Hips sinking back. Pressing, core stays tight. If you need to counterbalance, you can reach your arms long in front of you. I like to call this the porta potty squat because, you know, we don't need the germs. Booty goes back. You can go to any music festival now after this workout because you just know. You know how to porta potty squat. All right, y'all. When you're ready, you start to float the left toes, sinking your hips back, reaching the left leg long, really, really light. Again, you can tap the mat, driving through your right heel to rise up. Just slowly working our way into heavier tension through the right glute, right hamstring. All right. Final progression coming up. In 5. You'll meet me at the top. In 3, 2, 1. Final progression here. As you send the hips back, opposition. Left leg reaches long, arms reach long overhead. Then as you rise, we pull the left knee up, squeeze through that left oblique. So again, still working the left oblique, the right glute, reaching in opposition, driving through the heel, tapping the toes, or driving the knee up. Really finding extension through your spine, reaching, and then driving all the way up. We've got 1 hold to finish off this right glute. You'll meet me in your hinge in 10. Shake it out if you need. Holding your hinge in 5. Final hold for glutes today. In 3, 2, and 1. Reach, 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 reach. Opposition. You're here for 10. We got the left oblique in 5. You're out of this in 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. That was a tough one. Grab some water if you need. Final thing we do now, let's crush it. We're gonna come down to that modified side plank. Left forearm down to your mat. Left knee down to your mat or toes, whatever you need. Stack your knees one on top of the other with the hips nice and high. Reach that right arm long to the ceiling. You can take your right leg long if you prefer. We'll thread the needle for 3. Reaching for the back wall, 2 and 1. Unwinding for 3. Opening up to the ceiling, 2 and 1. Really try to square your shoulders down to your mat. And then inhaling as you unwind, opening back up. Finding this full twist through the left oblique. And again, if you want, you're more than welcome. Come up to the feet. Finding your full side plank. Threading the needle. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Taking your time as you unwind. Really think about grounding down through this left forearm. Pressing almost through the floor versus just dumping into your shoulder. We'll hold the right arm long, coming up. In 10. Stay with it. Left arm long. In 3, 2, and 1. Left arm goes long. Maybe flip the right leg. Right arm goes long. Right leg lifts. You drop your hips down and up and inch. Working that left oblique. You've got 8. We got those V-ups in 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Flipping on around. This one's the funky one. We can do it, okay? You're gonna bring your right arm nice and flat. Make sure your water bottle's not in the way. And your hips stacked one on top of the other. This time the left oblique is the top oblique, not the bottom oblique, okay? We're gonna start left hand behind the head. You can bend your bottom leg if that feels good. As you exhale, we reach, we crunch, we try to tap the left toes, and then you take it all the way back down. Big exhale as you lift, squeezing left oblique. Inhale as you lower. All right, y'all, when you're ready, you cross the right foot behind the left. As you exhale, you really reach for your toes. As you inhale, you lengthen through the left oblique. Big exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, lower down. So I'm halfway lifting with my legs, halfway crunching through my upper body, working the left oblique the entire time. You can go back to the single leg if you need. We're here for 10. Not about reps, but about time under tension. You've got 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Take a stretch. All right, y'all, we're at our finisher. I hope you're ready for it, because it's a nice, good old forearm plank. All right? Hey, Steven, can you give me a 60-second timer? Yeah. He's helping us out, because my watch is dead. So, we're gonna send it out. 60 seconds of work in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get it, y'all. Forearms down, hands down, whatever you prefer, knees or toes. You can wiggle your way through it or just simply hold wherever you are. Glutes are tucked, belly button split up and into the spine, chest is hollowed out, scapula spread apart, shoulders out of the ears. Again, wiggle your way through it or just simply hold it. The most challenging kind of plank is just a static one. But y'all got this, we're in it together. It's the best part about doing these mat Pilates at home is I gotta do it with you know? Not like the reformer classes. So it's pushing me too. Stay with it, y'all. We're over halfway through. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Do hard things.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, let's go. Final 5. You got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, take a child's pose, hips to heels, arms long. Drop your head, catch your breath. Have a moment of gratitude for your body, for your mind, for the 30 minutes today that you gave yourself. When you're ready, roll it all the way up. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed 30-minute full body. We'll be back with more. If there's anything you ever want to see, comment below. Thanks so much.